Hey KidZone team, I hope you guys are having a great week. Wanted to give you some information about the month of May. So as we start out with May, this is move up month. This is when all of our kids start transitioning to the next grade level, and this really applies mostly to our preschoolers and to our fifth graders. So this is when we start moving our fifth graders up to middle school, and our preschoolers that are in the pre-K room on weekends get to start moving into KidZone in the elementary room in the gym. So want to give you guys a couple of key dates to be aware of, and want to talk about why this is so important and how we can make this transition really smooth for our fifth graders and for our preschoolers. Okay, so couple of important dates. Preschoolers are going to be visiting KidZone over the next few weekends all through May, starting this weekend, which is April 28th and 29th. They're going to be coming out to visit for part of the service. So service coordinators, I'll talk to you about some things to be aware of as far as times and things that we want to adjust on a service level, but everyone just be aware of that. Preschoolers are going to be coming out to visit starting this weekend, and they will officially be in KidZone from start to finish the weekend of May 26th and 27th. So that's when they will be fully in line with what we're doing in KidZone, which is really exciting. At the same time, our fifth graders, they're going to start to transition out. They're going to visit on the 11:15 service, so that doesn't impact Saturday or 9:30. But our 11:15 service, we're going to take the middle schoolers up for part of the service time on May 20th to visit middle school, hang out with Pastor Josh, have a blast, and come back to KidZone. They will be fully able to go to middle school on May 26th and 27th on that weekend, again for the 11:15 service. So just some dates to be aware of. I won't go into too much detail for dates, but I do want to focus on what we can do to really make this smooth and an awesome experience for our kids. So I broke this down into three main things, and they all start with the letter E. So fun, right? So first of all, excitement. So the way that you guys can make this a big deal for the kids is making this an exciting time for them. You want your fifth graders, if you lead a fifth grade group, you want them to know middle school is way cooler than KidZone. I know KidZone is awesome. We love KidZone, but we want to really help them understand where you're going is going to be so great. You're going to love Pastor Josh. You're going to have the time of your life. For our preschoolers, when they are coming out in the gym, same thing, make everything really exciting for them. You know, like, hey, did you see the bounce house? Hey, did you see that you get to be with Miss Cecily in your small group, and she's awesome, and we're so excited you're going to be there. You want to make everything really hype for them so that they realize, wow, KidZone is so much cooler than preschool, okay? So that should be pretty easy for you guys to do. You're in KidZone all the time, but look for ways to make that intentional for the preschoolers. You can do that by welcoming them when you see them, by giving them a high five, encouraging them, but just overall making them understand this is going to be way better than where you've been in preschool. You're going to have so much fun here, okay? That's excitement, number one. Number two is explanation. This is huge, especially if you lead a kindergarten group or if you are presenting on stage. There's going to be a lot of things we want to adjust as a team to over-explain the things that we do, that we already know how to do. Everybody else in the room knows how to do these things, but the preschoolers have no idea. So think about this from their level. They're coming into this big room. They don't really know where anything is. They have no idea what happens during worship, no idea what happens in small group time. It's our job as leaders to explain this and make this a safe and an okay thing for them to grasp, okay? That's why they will visit a little bit more over the next couple of weeks, different parts of the service. So if you're on the worship team, really important, we want to explain the motions, show the kids what the motions are. We want to pick songs that are easy for them to learn. When we're teaching the rules, we want to make sure that we're explaining that really clearly for them. And if you lead a kindergarten age group, small group, the preschoolers will sit in on your small group time, and you want to make sure that you are explaining the rules that you do in your group. You might need to reinforce those things. Hey, this is where we sit. If you need to get up and go somewhere to go to the bathroom, you have to raise your hand and ask, those kinds of basic things. So think about that if you're a small group leader or if you're on stage. You just want to be over explaining some things just simply, but in a way to really engage the preschoolers, okay? The third thing is engagement, okay? And this is just making it really personal for every kid. This can come down to something as simple as learning a preschooler's name and remembering it. So the next time you see them, hey Johnny, I'm really excited you're here. Of course they have name tags on, so that helps us out a lot, but use that, make this really personal so that you are engaging with a preschooler. And I don't want this to just be our kindergartner leaders, but everybody. So if you see a preschooler, stop and give them a high five, tell them your name, ask their name, time, talk to them for a second. It's going to be really important that they're getting to know all of us. There's a lot of people they don't know. There's a lot more going on in the gym. It's a bigger space, so we have to make the room smaller for them. Another way that you can do this is real simple, but getting down on your knees when you talk to them, like get on their level, and just make the world a little smaller for our preschoolers through engaging with them on their level. So those are a couple things that you guys can do. I want everybody to think about that in going into the month of May. And again, service coordinators, I will talk to you guys this weekend with some other details to be aware of for our service schedule and some things to adjust. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for what you do in Kids Zone every week. Excited to meet our new preschoolers, and sad to lose our 5th graders, but also excited for what God's going to do with them in middle school. So I'll see you guys real soon. Everybody have a great week.